you. News from the world of Obamacare, and surprise, surprise, it's not good. Info posted by none other than the White House says insurers under Obamacare are seeking huge premium increases. Companies cited higher than expected care costs due to customers they gained under the president's health law, as well as the rising cost of prescription drugs and other expenses. Betsy McCaughey is with me tonight. She's a health policy expert and senior fellow at the London Center for Policy Research. Peter Suderman, he joins me, Computerman, senior editor at Reason Magazine. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to have you. All right, so Peter, I will put this to you first. Why are premiums on the increase? Why the spike?
Because premiums were too low to cover the health costs that were there. This is a pool of people that is older, smaller, and sicker than insurers expected. So they priced low. The low-priced plans, what we're seeing is that it's actually the low-priced, very popular plans that are asking for the biggest increases so far. So people flocked to those low-priced plans. Those people ended up having much higher health costs than the insurers expected. And so now there's an adjustment as a result. And part of the thing to think about here is that one of the things that Obamacare advocates have said for a while is that, well, premiums are coming in lower than expected by the CBO.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a little bit ridiculous because nobody looks at the CBO to find out what their premiums should cost. But second of all, what we're seeing, in fact, the CBO was right, and these premiums are too low to be sustainable. The health costs, you can't do it.
All right. Da-di-da-di-da. I mean, you hear all this, but the fact is, this law is a sweetheart deal for insurance companies. The law requires you to buy their product and requires taxpayers to subsidize it. So if you look at what's happened over the last 4 years since the law was passed in 2010, the stock prices of the big 6 insurance companies have doubled, quadrupled. They're just going toward the ceiling, right?
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
That is a bad deal. And here's what's happened with these premium hikes that we're hearing about, double digits, 20%, 30%. It's not the consumers. It's not the 9 or 10 million people who are buying these plans who are getting clobbered with these hikes. The fact is, their cost is based on their income when they go to the exchange. Guess who's getting taken to the cleaners? The taxpayers, because they're the ones who have to pay these ever-rising costs.
Yeah, and that's why civil libertarians and government watchdogs have been concerned about this the entire time. So, Peter, obviously the Pajama Boy ads didn't work. They didn't get enough young, healthy subscribers. Well, Peter, now we've got King versus Burwell. We're going to learn about that decision here very shortly in the month of June. What happens to the law if the Supreme Court guts it?
Well, the Supreme Court's not going to gut the law if they decide against the administration here. So I think it's important to say that what they would be saying is that the Obama administration broke the law and has to comply with the law.
Yeah.
And so that's it's important to think about that first. But if that's what the Supreme Court says, if that's their decision, then what we're going to see is a standoff between Republicans in Congress and the administration. The administration has basically said, we will not agree to anything except this, except like a very straightforward. It gives us what we were already doing. Basically, go ahead and bless our illegality.
It's going to be great news,
then it's a blame game from there.
But
they're going to get.
You say bad news for insurance companies, and obviously lots more where this came from. Betsy and Peter.